We had a kind of a trend day on SPY QQQ. Plan in the pre-market, PPI came in today. It rose by less than expected. So market was a little gapping down on the PPI. Here comes my VIX strategy that I've been teaching from years and years and years. VIX was at 18 today in the pre-market. So that gave us a pretty clear plan. We would long the market if VIX breaks 18, and if it pushes over MTF clouds, we will long it. Combination of MTF clouds and VIX help us make a decent day in the market. So we had a plan. I waited first few minutes. First 10 minutes is an amateur move. But as soon as I saw that VIX is breaking this 18 level right here and it started to push over MTF, I gave the long. You see we are breaking a key pivot on MTF. We are breaking some resistance right here from the pre-market. So that's when I gave a long versus 531. 531 was the risk on QQQ. SPY risk was 600. So we started to push. We pulled back a little. No panic. You see this red candle. No panic because it's still holding a Ripster EMA Cloud. Now comes our 10 a.m. concept. We were kind of an inside candle because we were inside this yesterday's price action. So it's inside action. So anyways, we got this 10 a.m. bounce and it held our stops. So we know that 10 a.m. we're holding a trend. 10 a.m. usually tells you is it a chop or is it going to be a trend day. So we got a 10 a.m. and that's held our stops. Then I gave the target of 602. QQQs I gave a target of 533 and we held that and we pushed towards our 602 target on SPY. We pushed to QQQ or 533 target. Then we got a breakout over this 1 hour level. This was a resistance from yesterday. You can see a few candles rejecting it. So that becomes a breakout pivot for us, right? Same for ES futures. This area becomes a breakout pivot for us. The support becomes a resistance. And once the resistance breaks out, we hold it. And you see the same time the VIX is fading. Just like I talked about when VIX breaks 18, we should be long. So VIX is breaking down. MTF is holding. So what does MTF mean? This one is 1 hour MTF. 1 hour MTF Ripster clouds. It's telling us that 1 hour is turning bullish. So that's why we hold it. So from that point, QQQ pushed all the way to 534. We had a flag break. ES futures also ran from 60, 10, 16, 15 all the way to 60, 45. 30 points there. SPY ran from 600 to 603. Like I said, small range, but that doesn't mean you couldn't profit off that. Your options traded, your 601 calls went 100, 150%. A lot of traders took that in the community. I always make sure my traders are holding because we tend to cut them early, but traders held on the QQQs. Nice 150%. Even the QQQ calls went decent there because we had a like $3 move here, $3 move there. ES future 20-point move. And finally, when VIX started to bounce, we cut here. You can always trade this bounce, but it's not as good a setup as morning setup. You can still take some money, but it's not my favorite setup. The main money was in this morning move, and after that it was mostly a choppy action, and you usually get paper cuts because you see this VIX up and down. That spoil your setup. So anyways, so that was our SPY QQQ trade and ES futures trade, which was one of the good ones. You can also watch a webinar in the community, free webinar, 2.5 hour webinar, which explains when to trade, when not to trade, and which are the best setups trading the SPY QQQ in the market.
Come to trade with Ripster. Join the community at www.tenettradegroup.com.